Hey there, dear Risk of Rain 2 community. Welcome to another patch video. Yes, there has been a patch to Risk of Rain 2. Basically out of the blue, a little bit of a rhyme there. 25th of March, the 1 year anniversary update. Definitely didn't expect that. I didn't see anything on Discord popping up about this. But the developers released the anniversary update, and oh my god, obviously I played with it a little bit today. I actually just found out about this by, obviously checking into the game, because I pretty much play this game every single day. I hit the game up today with the mod manager to play a little bit of Enforcer, obviously a little bit of Bandit, and Bandit is a good keyword because they actually added a new survivor, and it is the goddamn Bandit. But let's go over this. So the anniversary update, March 25th, 2021. So it says, our goal with this update is to upgrade and round out the game as a whole, and also be a thanks to all our fans that supported us through early access. This patch includes both new content and updated old content. Let us know if you like it. Changes, yeah, we know that. So, major content. Added system, morgue and account stats, browse past runs and all your account stats, like favorite survivors, progress to completion, or your favorite equipment now in the logbook. I definitely like stats, so that is amazing. New survivor, Bandit. Fuck yeah, it was about ding dong damn time, since, the base model was in the game for the whole time, but they definitely added up on that, and we're gonna check that out in the client in a little bit. We have a new survivor skin for the Bandit, obviously. 5 new items. We have 2 new lunar items, Hook of Heresy and Essence of Heresy, and as boss items we have Empathy Cores, Charged Perforator, and Planula. We have 5 new skill variants for Multi Special, for Mercenary, a Utility, Wreck Special, Loader Special, and a Captain Utility. We have 1 new monster, the Lunar Chimera, in parentheses Exploder. We have 1 new elite, which is the Perfected. We have 1 new boss, which I fought today, but while I was streaming that, my mic didn't work for some reason. It didn't pick up the mic. I don't know why. Didn't change anything in OBS. It was kind of weird, but yeah, I played against them. The Grandparent, goddamn scary, that little guy. We have a new interactable, the Lunar Shop Refresher. And we have 9 new challenges, obviously, for Bandit, for everything that you can unlock that is new. We have new lore entries, and we have new gameplay changes, which is also definitely a big one. We have 1 change to the final stage. The final stage has been redone entirely, with new unique objectives and a new large area to play in. We won't spoil it, please let us know how you feel, we're definitely gonna check that out. We have low health threshold increased from 20% to 25%. The AI, all AI now have dramatically improved pathfinding. Yes, sadly. All AI now gets position updates on targets who are invisible only every few seconds rather than losing the target entirely. I definitely felt that while playing the Bandit. We have a couple of new changes, but we definitely want to check out the survivor changes, which is Commando. Huge buffs. Update VFX of double tap, phase round, and suppressive fire. So a little bit of new upgrades right there, visually, but also gameplay, or not gameplay, but in terms of stats. Now fires a single bullet per click, double tap, and bloom reset time is set from 1 second to 0.7 seconds. The damage is increased to 100%, and the duration from 0.2 seconds down to 0.15 seconds. Tactical dive duration also a little bit tweaked, a little bit less than it was before. And phase round now deals 40% more damage every time it passes through an enemy, which definitely gives you more of an incentive to actually hit multiple targets with that. We have Huntress now unlocked by default. Unlockable. Okay, doesn't matter, but now unlocked by default alongside the Commando. Her previous unlock condition, beat the 3rd stage, now unlocks the Bandit. So easy also to unlock him. Engineer, both Gauss Auto Turret and Carbonizer Turret are now also inherit your equipment. They won't activate it, but they will hold it. That is actually pretty damn amazing. Grenades now have slight anti-gravity. Gotcha. But yeah, that is actually cool that I can also hold it. I don't know if they store it necessarily and what happens if they actually get destroyed, if it If it also the equipment gets destroyed, not sure about that. But yeah, definitely gives Multi a runner for his money, given that he basically also can have 2 equipments at once. I mean, with this one, you can have 3, basically, which is pretty damn awesome. Artificer, the Nano Bomb, or Artificer, the Nano Bomb. Tendril damage is set down to 10% of explosion, and Tendril fire frequency is slightly downgraded, as well as target frequency from 2 seconds to 1 second. The change is made specifically to avoid the Artificer's Nanobomb tendrils proccing the ice and fire bands. Tendrils will now fire twice as often, but at half the damage. Okay, makes sense. So it doesn't necessarily proc the ice and fire bands. Mercenary, Blinding Assault, now has a lingering... Oh, that's cool. 0.2 second invincibility to help chain together blinding assaults in high latency online games. Really good. We have changes to items, which is definitely... It's a lot. And I like it. So we have Busting Fungus is start delay from 2 seconds down to 1 second. Now heals at a higher tick rate. Overall healing is the same, but the healing is smoother over time. Now a small visual mushrooms that grow over the area, definitely needed. Energy drink is... before it was 30% movement speed increase plus 20 per stack. Now it's 25 and set also as 25% per stack. Makes sense. The AP rounds. Oh yeah, of course. Improve visual effects to be more noticeable. The armor piercing rounds, obviously for more damage against the boss, so that still stands. Focus crystal is a really good change. Damage boost is now significant, not significant, actually it's higher. I thought it was 45. No, it's actually 20% plus 20% per stack. Now shows radius for nearby distance. Now causes numbers to be pink when active, and that item, by the way, is even more detrimental with Mercenary now. Really goddamn good. There are many characters and builds where the focus crystal should shine through. However, it seems to be quite high priority enough for the effort required. We're hoping that by making it both flashier and stronger, players will prioritize it. Still, mostly only for melee survivors, however, so not necessarily for ranged ones. Rusted Key now suddenly glows and pulses, and they also changed the outlook a little bit. Now grants items at the same rarity as a large chest, definitely needed, because before that you just found crap. Now spawns a lockbox per player with a rusted key, and only the player who has the rusted key, by the way, can open that box. We definitely found that out today. Now consumes a rusted key when a... Oh, lockbox is opened and requires a rusted key to open. Okay, that's pretty cool. So you can't just hold one and then it spawns like a chest every single area and then you can just open it. But yeah, you need like one key and it is consumed upon opening it. Definitely cool. Not really a buff, but definitely a change, I would say. Because it is consumed, but it still has a higher value item, which was needed for sure. People have always been a bit confused about the behavior of the rusted keys, so we made it make a bit more sense by actually consuming a key to open one key equals one box. Since the item no longer gives infinite items, we can also make it a bit stronger and make the lockbox more noticeable. Definitely notice that as well, yeah. Crowbar is now a 75% and also a 75% stack increase. Now it might actually be good. More visual effects, update pickup text to include damage threshold. Same reasoning as Focus Crystal, there are many heavy hitter builds and characters, but the crowbars aren't prioritized. Yeah, because tri-tip daggers are better, for instance. Gasoline now deals 150% base damage on detonation alongside the burn effect. Pretty good. Stun Grenade at a visual effect with item procs, definitely also needed. Bison Steak. Well, basically, Bison Steak is just fresh meat, but changed. Replaced fresh meat item, no longer grants regeneration on kill, now grants, which is actually cool, 25 plus 25 per stack max health. Pretty damn good, synergizes really well with infusion, I would say. Tri-tip dagger has been nerfed from 50% bleed chance to 10% plus 10 per stack. Right now, bleed is okay until you can stack it infinitely, in which case it becomes incredibly strong. We want to smooth out the power curve a bit, increasing the number of daggers required for infinite bleed to match the number of glasses required for 100% crit. Makes sense, because as I said, Tri-tip dagger was always better than Crowbar, for instance. Lepton Daisy now activates in all holdout zones, like void fields, and not just during the teleporter event. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And it also looks really nice now. Old War Stealth Kit now activates when falling to low health rather than as a chance when hurt. Nice. I like that. Stealth duration also has been increased to 5 seconds, and the cooldown from 9 seconds... From 0 seconds to 30 seconds, minus 50% per stack, okay. Bandolier, pack now restores skills by the amount a full cooldown would. Packs also now apply to stashed skills like multis second primary, okay. Don't play multi, so alright. Radar scanner, an item that I never pick up. Now details if an that's good. If an interactable is a barrel, chest, drone, shrine, or something unknown. That is pretty good. We have a Frost Relic, a change to that. Now applies Ice Slow debuff. Now has a softer visual. Damage coefficient down up to 300%. And the radius has also been increased by double, 6 meters plus 3 meter per kill. Pretty nice. Headstomp version... Headstomp version 2, yeah. Now calculates damage from distance traveled, not speed on impact. Even though this makes less sense from a physical standpoint, it will align better with a player expectation. Super long fall equals big boom. Makes sense, definitely, yeah. Resonance Disc. Redo firing logic to be more understandable. Now grants 1 stacking buff per kill lasting 5 seconds. Now fires the disc at 4 stacks, resetting all stacks. Okay, makes sense. Okay, Defiant Gorge. Must be a lunar item because I never picked them. Monster spawn points 100 down to 40. Developer notes: a single gouge would spawn way too many monsters. Now having 1 or 2 gorges should be a reasonable option. Lunar item probably. Queen's Gland. Oh yeah, the item from the Beetle Queen. Wait, Defiant Gorge might be a boss item then, but I can't pinpoint it. Limit of deployed Beetle Guards now doubles for Artifact of Swarms. Okay. Aeolian Seed. Changed summoned Aurelionite pre-stacking. Oh, that one. Okay, that summons Aurelionite when you activate the teleporter. Pre-stack scaling from current difficulty-based HP plus damage bonuses to leveling up the ambient level like other summoned characters. Summoned Aurelionite attention span from 5 seconds to 15 seconds. Gotcha. Mired Urn. Terrible item. No longer capable of targeting and healing from allies. Thank you. Thank you, because I got trolled by Zig with that, and that was not good. Okay, we have some changes to mobs, as you can see here. Monsters. So we have the Hermit Crab. Base damage increased from 4 to 12. Ugh. Plus 2.5 per level. Mortal Projectiles now has a more visible trail. When fighting hermit crabs, it's always been difficult to parse where and how many there are. To help clarify their behavior, we made it clearer so 1 mortar equals 1 crab. Parents have been decreased HP, thank you for that. Update visuals to match closer to ROR1 design and updated animations. Okay, definitely a good change because those HP were just way beyond reasoning. Greater Wisp can now be stunned and frozen. I actually never realized that he couldn't be stunned or frozen. I know that you can apply, obviously, the debuff from the band. Interesting, though. Lunar Chimera, Golden. Health has been decreased, not significantly, but a little bit. Twin Shot Attack. Total shots from 4 up to 10. Damage coefficient down from 2 to 1. And force significantly decreased to 1,000 from 8,000. Now fires in series rather than all at once. Update visuals to be less noisy. Raise the aim origin to be closer to its cannon so it can fire more accurately. Yeah, I noticed that too. Because those guys, like, Jesus Christ, they are firing like crazy. Lunar Chimera, Wisp, Tracking Bomb. Damage coefficient from 6 down from 6 to 5. Speed is also decreased and updated visuals to be less noisy. Beetle Queen, summon beetles, beetle count down from 5 to 2. Now summons Beetle Guards instead of beetles. Oh. Okay, so definitely, because, you know, they were basically a free kill, and yet they still are. But, yeah, with this, they might be a little bit more of a force to reckon with. Scavenger now probably spawns as elites. Apparently scavengers were already spawning as elites with their health and damage buff, but did not have their elite equipment, burning, glacial, etc. Now they will. Well, that's just great. Void Reaver, added a minimum distance between bombs. Okay, never had a problem with that though. And final boss, last phase, spoilers, so if you don't want to hear that, do this, and when I do this, you can uncover again. So, base health decreased increased to 1,400 plus 420 per level. Added stagger state triggered by taking high damage. Pretty good, okay. Now consistently returns items as you deal damage rather than randomly, i.e. if you have him at 50% health, you will have 50% of your items back. Thank you for that. Now consistently returns items to players in multiplayer in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, rather than per player damage. Now returns items in the order you found them, rather than in reverse order. Now, okay. Now utilizes crowbars. Actually, it was kind of cool, because if you got, like, Io, for instance, or Dio, sorry, Dio's best friend, then it, like, obviously you got that from a printer in the last stage, and then it would give you Dio's best friend back, and then, you know, going from the last item all the way back to the first item, damage-wise. That's gonna make it a little bit tougher. So for stages, we have Bazaar Between Time has been updated. Now allows you to reroll shop contents at the cost of 1, 2, 4, 6 lunar coins only. That's not at all true. Not completely, at least. It lets you re-roll the lunar items, but not the items that are in the cauldrons, which is a little bit weird. Wetland Aspect altered stage layout to add more identifiable landmark areas, which is pretty cool. I've definitely seen that. Definitely looks better now, I would say. Sky Meadows reduced initial map monster spawns by -24%, which I know that it always had more spawns, because, you know, the map in general is a little bit bigger than the other ones. Pause. But, yeah, well, it might be as big as Abyssal Depths when the gates are open, obviously. I think it has about, I think it's still bigger, actually, considering that you have, like, multiple altitudes as well. So, yeah. But, yeah, also less spawns there, which is pretty good. And then we have all the quality of life stuff, like, where was it? Team colored area, fire trail hitboxes, stuff like that. Bug fixes and known issues. Bandit's doppelganger can still be located by its halo while visible. Don't make me say it again. Okay, won't do that. So, yeah. Oh, actually, they had an announcement for the anniversary update, March 25th. That was, well, March 22nd, so we didn't have much of an... Yeah, well, it was still pretty sudden. So, now let's hop into the game and check out what has been added in terms of characters and in terms of skills. Obviously, we go more in depth in the upcoming videos, because I'm going to play every single survivor, starting with the starting with the Bandit, obviously, with the first layout, second layout, but yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at this. So the most important part, obviously, is the fucking Bandit. I fucking love him. Look at this guy. Badass. They definitely amped up the character model, I gotta say, because, you know, we had the character model and all of the stats and all of the skills were already in the game. And I played the mod from the community that the community made. They basically took the player model, they took all the skills, and then they just added more skills as they saw fit for the loadout for you to play with. But they did such an amazing job with this one. It's just so good. It's so good to play him. The Bandit is a high skill combo character that can dish out devastating backstabs while weaving in and out of stealth. As I said, we're gonna go in depth a little bit more when we look at in the next video, where we look at the Bandit in depth. But just as a whole, here's the loadout. We have, for the primary, we have Burst. Fire a shotgun burst for 5 times 100% damage, can hold up to 4 shells. We have Blast. Fire a rifle blast for 330% damage, can hold up to 4 bullets. For the secondary, which is awesome, we have the Serrated Dagger. Lunge and slash for 360% damage. Critical strikes also causes hemorrhaging. We have Serrated Shiv as the secondary in this case. Throw a hidden blade for 240% damage. Critical strikes also causes hemorrhaging, so another incentive for you, for another character to stack crit items on. For the utility, we only have one, which is the Smoke Bomb, which is reminiscent of the first game, obviously, Risk Ruin 1. Stunning, deal 200% damage, become invisible, then deal 200 damage again. And then, the signature spell, Lights Out, also from the first one. Slayer, fire a revolver shot for 600% damage, kills, reset all your cooldowns. So, they obviously changed some of the spells, especially in the secondary department. And also for Lights Out, because in the community one, it was, or before, that the community used, Lights Out, was the more debuffs you apply, the more damage it would do. And then also it resets all your cooldowns. What you could also do is you use Lights Out. If it wouldn't kill the enemy directly, you could still, because the debuff was still applied for, I think, 1 or 2 seconds after you've used Lights Out. So you can use Lights Out and then do a quick primary attack, and then you would still reset all your cooldowns. Doesn't work like this. You have to land the killing blow, which is what the Slayer attack is for, I would assume. So you have to kill it with Lights Out in order to get all your cooldowns reset. Next one we have Desperado, Slayer. Fire a revolver shot for 600% damage. Kills grant stacking tokens for 10% more Desperado damage. Definitely a cool idea, and we're definitely gonna look into that. Next up we have Multi. We have a new special, which is Power Mode. Enter a heavy stance, equipping both your primary attacks at once. Gain 200 armor, but lose minus 60% movement speed. I can play Multi. I don't like playing Multi. However, this sounds pretty damn amazing, and I'm definitely gonna try that out. But yeah, the minus 60% movement speed, and the guy is slow as fuck to begin with, so it's not a good sign. Next up we have good old Mercenary, and at first I played with this and I was like, not that good, but after I played with it a little bit, I was like, yeah, it's actually pretty damn amazing. It's actually pretty badass. We have Focused Assault as a new utility spell. Stunning. Dash forward only once. You know, with Blinding Assault you have 3 dashes, with this you only have 1. However, dealing 700% damage and exposing enemies after 1 second. Fucking amazing. You're gonna see that in game. Looks badass. Makes you feel even more like a samurai. Now from one of my ex-mains, because now it's definitely Bandit, because I fucking love this guy. Rex. Rex has been changed. Tangling Growth is now the unlockable, it seems, and but it's the better one. Now you just start with the shit tier abilities in the beginning, and you have to somehow manage your way to get the better ones. So the only primary one that you have, from the starting kit, the only good one is Disperse. Like, Bramble Volley is just garbage. Disperse is the way to go, definitely. But yeah, now we have Directive Harvest as another special ability. Fire a bolt that deals 330% damage and injects an enemy. On death, drop multiple healing fruits that heal for 25 HP. So I didn't actually realize that this is another spell, or another ability, that doesn't force you to use your HP, which is a little counterintuitive, but I mean, you know, you can spam Seed Barrage a little bit more, so that's kind of cool. But I would still say Tangling Growth is still better, but now looking at it, since you don't have to invest any HP, it must have a really significant cooldown, I would assume, with that damage input and with what it does after you kill something with it. Yeah, it must have some major cooldowns, though. But yeah, interesting enough, we have Loader with another special ability. So far, we only had the M551 Pylon, and now we have Thunder Slam. Stunning. Slam your fists down, dealing 2,000 damage on impact. So another ability you can use if you are like flying across the map. You can just slam down to the bottom, and then just deal like a tremendous amount of damage, which is, you know, normal for the Loader, obviously. The higher, and now the higher you are, but that goes only for the head stomp one, but still, the higher you are, the more damage you do. Captain. We have another utility that I tried out, and it's really weird. It's OGM 72 Diablo Strike, which is stunning, apparently. And to request a kinetic strike from the UES Safe Travels after 20 seconds. It's a little bit the area of the normal utility of the Orbital Probe, but a little bit wider. So after 20 seconds, it deals. It's a large amount of time, so good luck. I mean, yeah, you can get Beetle Queen. You might get Stone Titan, maybe. Aurelianite, yes, but by that time you might already be invincible again. But still, if you manage to somehow get that boss in that area for 20 seconds, it deals 40,000% damage. But that's the kick to all characters that are inside that. also to you, also to like other players, to drones, what have you. Everything that is in that area is gonna get annihilated, basically. Really interesting. Not looking forward to trying this out because I'm still, because I still like the orbital probe more, and you need more than one taser to keep them in place. So hitting normal creeps with that is basically impossible. It also has a 40-second cooldown, if I remember correctly. So that's another thing. But rest assured, especially in the early stages, the shit does a shit ton of damage. Definitely. But yeah, we're going through every single character. I did that in German, but now I'm doing it in English as well. Obviously, we're gonna go with every loadout. For Commando, best example, I'm gonna go double tap, phase round, tactical dive, suppressive fire once, and then we play with, obviously, double tap, then we play with phase blast, tactical slide, frag grenades, and with the skin, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna go for all the standard abilities, and then we go for the unlockable ones and see how they diverse. I still like the fact that they are still able, or that they still managed to, especially for Bandit, to make both skill set make sense. You can interchange them, that makes sense. There's not one ability in his kit that is just really better. Like, it's not like Burst is basically just better than Blast, or Serrated Shiv is better than Serrated Dagger. It's just preference, basically. And the numbers definitely balance that mindset out, and I definitely like that. Mercenary is going to be a lot of fun because I really love playing with Focus Assault. It's really goddamn good. And a little bit more for him to use his, the keyword that is bound to him, which is exposing. He's the only one that has that in the game. Yeah, gonna be fun to diddle around with that a little bit, and obviously we have like the new stage at the end. We have the new Mithrix. Well, Mithrix fight is sort of the same without spoiling too much, but the final stage is definitely way better than it was before, because it's not just like a race to the end and then you fight Mithrix and then you go back. Definitely way better than it was before. But yeah, we're gonna discover that next time. That was it for the patch update video. If you want to check out the post for yourself, obviously the link is gonna be in the description below, and definitely stay tuned because we are gonna get crazy with Risk of Rain 2 in the next couple of days, weeks, months for sure. Also gonna be streaming this a little bit with good old Zig, because he has also been really into the update. And yeah, as I said, you know, solo-wise, I'm gonna go with the Bandit for the next video. We're gonna go with his basic standard loadout, and then we go for the secondary skills and see how they hold up. And yeah, just take a general look on how good he is, and yeah, maybe we can figure out why it took the devs so goddamn long to actually put him in the game when they already had the model done. But I actually like that they polished the model up a little bit to like make it look better. And also, by the way, I gotta say, because they didn't mention that for some reason in the update, but also every single the chests look different now. They look definitely way better now. I think they're actually 3D now. They have a little like nice little glaze, like a shader over it. Also, the items all have 3D models now. They look pretty nice. So everything just looks a lot prettier than it was before, and maybe we also get all the good stuff in the Bandit episode, which would be nice. So actually, yeah, I can use lunar items. We can go to the Bandit Aqueduct, see if we get the new environment, like the new layout. But yeah, that was it. Enough rambling. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next Risk of Rain 2 video.